Hey guys, it's Katie. I'm really excited for today's video. It's something I've never done before. I'm going to be bringing you my fall bucket list. So as every season goes on, I feel like there's always these fun ideas. I don't know about you, but for me, I get these fun ideas in my head. Like this fall, I want to do this. I want to go apple picking, or this summer, I want to go camping. I want to go see fireworks for 4th of July. This spring, I want to plant some flowers. There are always these different ideas that sound fun around certain seasons. And then if you're anything like me, they kind of just circulate in your head. And before you know it, the 3 months of the season are gone. And you like may or may not have really even done your idea, because time passes by so incredibly quickly. So I had the idea to like properly come up with a fall bucket list, write it all down in my planner. I use an Erin Condren planner, and then that way I have it as a reference list. Now we're in the month of October, so we're over a month into the season, but I've used my bucket list as a reference to as I plan my weeks. I thought it would be fun to share with you what my fall bucket list ideas are. I brought some things here to kind of show you as we talk it through. I've done about half of them, and I still plan to do the rest throughout the season. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that, and I definitely hope to do this for like winter and spring and summer and make this a regular kind of thing. So let me know if you'd be into that. The first thing on my fall bucket list, to bake a pumpkin dessert or pie. I said pumpkin, but really it could be any type of a fall dessert or pie. I'm a huge fan of Pinterest. That's where I like elevated a lot of these ideas. And I always see all these fun like caramel apple this, pumpkin this, you know, pumpkin trifle, this, that, and the other. And it's one of those things where you're like, that looks fun to make, that looks fun to make, that looks fun to make. Well, then choose one and do it, you know? So I have not done this step of my list yet, but the one I've chosen to make, a brown sugar sweet potato pie that I found on Pinterest. I will link the recipe down below, and I will like try to link as much stuff as I can that's relevant. I don't know, I just thought it would be, like, I love pumpkin pie so much, but I feel like you have that on Thanksgiving, so I wanted to do something a little different. I like apple pie, but it's not my favorite, so I thought a sweet potato pie might be fun. Next on my list is pretty basic, but I really do love it, and it is drinking pumpkin spice coffee. Now, I've definitely already been taking care of this one. As long as the pumpkin spice was released from Starbucks, I was all over it. A little trick, although I'm sure lots of you are already pretty savvy to this. Pumpkin spice lattes, number one, they're expensive. Number two, they have a lot of calories in them. So a good way to kind of cheat the system, so to speak, and still enjoy the pumpkin flavor is, if you're an iced coffee fan like I am, or a hot coffee fan, you can just get an iced coffee or a hot coffee and then just add however many pumps you would like of the pumpkin spice. So for me, if I do a venti iced coffee, I'll typically do 2 or 3 pumps of pumpkin spice depending on how I'm feeling. And it's like way less calories than the latte. It's cheaper. I'm pretty sure it has more caffeine because there's like, I know espresso has more caffeine, but it's, anyway, the ratio. So that's a really nice trick. You can do that with any flavor. It doesn't have to be pumpkin spice. Also, I live in Portland, Oregon, so there are tons of cool coffee shops. It's kind of one of the things they're known for. I want to venture out and try a few more. So far, I've only tried Dutch Brothers, which is like one of their signature places. I think it's from Oregon. I had a pumpkin pie latte from them, and it was delicious. And then another suggestion that I would make is picking up seasonal K-cups if you have like a Keurig or whatever, or you can just do seasonal coffee bags. This is from Trader Joe's, as is a lot of stuff in this video, and this is the pumpkin spice coffee. They come in these little like eco-friendly, easy pods. Smells really good, tastes really good, and I think it's like $5 for a pack of 12 or something like that, so it's pretty cheap, so check these out. As a quick PSA, just in case you're wondering, because I know if I were you, I would be like, what does her shirt say? It says, pardonnez, mes Francois. Pardon my French. And my lip is Rubino by Stila. I'll link it in the down bar. Next thing on my list is also a basic one, but it was to buy/burn fall candles. I'm a candle freak. I burn them all hours of the day, all the time. I'm burning one right there, right now. But obviously, with seasons come different fun scents for candles, especially at Bath & Body Works, my favorite place for seasonal candles. So I wanted to pick up a few. Yeah, so these are a few of my favorites. I've talked about this one before. This is probably my favorite of all time. Like literally of all time, from Bath & Body. It is warm apple pie. This is what the packaging looked like for it this year. I wasn't crazy about this particular packaging. Sometimes they do really, really pretty packaging, and then sometimes it's a little bit more, I don't know, tacky. No offense if anybody loves this, it's just not my cup of tea. This one is baked Granny Smith apple, melted brown sugar, and flaky homemade crust. It smells like a legitimate baked pie. It's so good. It's the perfect home set and it's perfect for this time of year. Another one I picked up for the fall is this guy. It is vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. Bath & Body comes out with dozens of pumpkin scents and this one just struck my fancy. It is creamy vanilla, pumpkin spice, homemade marshmallow, and drizzled caramel. So it's very sweet, but it's also just like pumpkin-y and good. And then another one with prettier packaging in my opinion is cinnamon spiced vanilla. Oh, so good. Come on, airplane. I live right by the airport, so there's planes all day. This one is fresh ground cinnamon, sugar crystals, and Tahitian vanilla bean. I personally didn't pick up any of the traditional like leaves, autumn day, whatever, all the flannel, sweater weather. Those are all really good too. I think I'm just more into like the cozy sweet scents. I don't know, but Bath & Body constantly has sales with their 3-wick candles. They burn really, really well. They make the entire room smell really good, so I highly recommend. It's just a really nice way to like get into the spirit of whatever season it is. The next one on my list was to make a fall cocktail. Now this is another one where Pinterest very much came into play. I have pinned so many fun cocktail recipes, dessert recipes, whatever recipes on Pinterest over the years. And like I said, unless you specifically seek out a time and plan when you're gonna do it, it's the type of thing that never really happens. It's like you pin it, you have the intention, but then it just kind of lives out there in your endless space of ideas for me personally. And so I have to kind of force myself to like, okay, do it this week. So I haven't done this one yet, but I plan to. These are the few recipes that I think I'm gonna narrow it down to. And again, I'll link these below. Apple cranberry Moscow Mule that I thought sounded really good. So it's just like a twist, like a fall spin on a Moscow Mule. Another one was a spiced cider margarita, which sounds really weird, but I'm intrigued. Margaritas are my favorite drink like regularly. So I don't know how like tequila and cider would go, but the picture on Pinterest looked really nice and I don't know, I think it could be fun to try it out. And the third one that really caught my eye was orange cinnamon whiskey smash. That I thought sounded really cool. So 3 different types of liquor there. You have a vodka drink, a tequila drink, and a whiskey drink. I think they could all be fun. So I will let you know and I will link those 3 recipes down below. Side note, I keep talking about Pinterest, but another thing that you'll probably see in my upcoming favorites video is the Food Network magazine. I picked one of these up. I've never looked at a Food Network magazine and I picked it up when I was flying to California last weekend and it is chock full, I've always wanted to use that saying, of really cool recipes. Obviously this is like the October Halloween issue, so this could be another great place to find a fall cocktail, a fall dessert, whatever. So don't count magazines out. The next one on my list was to watch football with Travis. So football is like such a fall sport, and out of the 4 major sports, which I consider to be baseball, basketball, hockey, and football, football has honestly always been the one that I've had the least amount of interest in. I had never been to a professional game prior to Travis took me last year. But whereas with every other sport, I've been to a professional game, I kind of know a thing or two, I enjoy those sports for the most part. Football was one that I just never could get on board with. I was a cheerleader in high school. I could not stand cheering for my football team. I'm sorry, Thunderbird. To me, it was like a really long, cold, boring game, and I preferred the fast-pacedness of basketball. That's also why I like hockey. However, when I started dating Travis, he's a massive football fan. That's the sport he played in his life. That's like his #1 sport. And I really have always liked the idea of football. I love that it's an all-American sport. I love that people love it. I love that people wear their jerseys every Sunday. I love that it's during this time of year. So I was like, okay, I want to try to like actually watch football with him, like try to understand the game, and you know, like I think that could be fun. Like I picture a crisp, cool fall morning with, of course, candles burning, I don't know what else, but and then watching football. So I have watched a little bit with him so far. I think it was the Chargers opening game, I don't know. The Chargers is his favorite team, so like not to be that girlfriend, but by default then it's my favorite team. Still love the Arizona Cardinals though, come on. But it was so fun, honestly, because we sat there and he was patient with me, which I much appreciated, because I was just asking him like, okay, like what does that mean? Like, you guys, I did not know what a down was. Like, picture trying to enjoy football. Like, I didn't know what a down was. I didn't know what the lines were. I didn't know anything. So of course I didn't enjoy it. But once he actually sat there and like told me, okay, now he's gonna do that. Now, you know, it made it a lot more exciting and enjoyable. And while I still wouldn't choose to watch it over like Sex and the City or Zoella vlogs, it's something that I've gained an appreciation for, and I'm happy that I watched it with him, and I will continue to watch it with him. Another recipe type thing was to make soup, especially now that I live in Portland where the weather is a little bit colder. I wanted to make homemade soup, and so I actually made turkey chili last night, and I kind of just like made the recipe on my own a little bit. I used Pinterest and I looked at a few recipes, but I didn't have all of the ingredients, so I kind of just did my own spin, and it turned out actually really good. I was impressed. So chili was one, and then here are a few other recipes that I was hoping to make this season. Beef stew, so that reminds me of my grandmother. She always would make us stew, and it's such a hearty, warm, like fall type of a dish, so I want to have my hand at that. Another one is Zuppa Toscana, which I might be saying that wrong, but it's an Italian like sausage soup, and they serve it at Olive Garden, which is where I first fell in love with it. I made it last year and it was really good, so I'd love to make that again. And then just like a classic chicken noodle. I just think it would be fun, make soup. Again, candles on, crisp air. I have this whole like soup vision in my head. The next one on my list is one that, you know, would require a little bit more planning and then you actually go do it. And it is to go visit a pumpkin patch and or go apple picking. This is something I think we actually might do this weekend. We have a free weekend and we've been quite busy. And I don't even exactly know what going to a pumpkin patch consists of, but it's something I've always wanted to do. So this is a prime example of, in my head, it's like fall, let's go to a pumpkin patch. And then I never do it. So this year, I'm gonna do it. I was just talking to my friend Andrea, and she told me that the Roloffs, I don't watch the show, but I think they're from Little People Big World. They actually live out here and they have a farm, like it's like in a suburb of Portland. And I was on their website last night and they have like, I mean, fresh kettle corn, and you can pick the pumpkins and you go through a corn maze, and there's face painting and like just kind of almost like a little miniature carnival type of a thing with just fall-esque things, and you can get pumpkins if you want to carve them or if you want to decorate with them. I also thought apple picking might be really fun. I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna do that this weekend and I'm very excited. The next one to me is like an easy no-brainer. You practically don't even have to put this on your bucket list, but I wanted to, so I did. And that is eat candy, oh no. Eat candy corn. I think there are people in this world who don't like candy corn, which I get because it's like the sweetest candy ever. It's made with real honey, but I'm the type of person who loves it, and I just think it's so festive and so fun. So I bought this super cute little dish. Those lights are probably not allowing you to see that. It says Hocus Pocus. This was from Target, and I thought it would be a perfect little serving dish for candy corn, and we've just had this on our dining table and people come over and like help themselves, and it's just like a fun treat to have. Snowballing off of the candy corn, I saw something on Pinterest that I was like, you know what? Let's elevate this. Let's not just eat candy corn. Let's make our own fall like trail mix. So I saw the idea on Pinterest, but then I personally just kind of created my recipe of everything I want to put in it. I haven't even made it yet, but I have all the ingredients here that I bought, and then I think I'm gonna make it this weekend actually, because it's gonna be Friday the 13th, and so I want to have like a spooky movie marathon type of a thing, and I thought this would be the perfect snack to eat with it. So fall Chex Mix by Loopy. This is the recipe. By the way, there are no real measurements. You just do whatever your little heart desires. The first thing that I think is essential in your fall trail mix is candy corn. And not just candy corn, but also the cute little mallow cream pumpkins. I love these guys. So that's one ingredient. And then in no particular order, I'm gonna add all of these to mine. Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. This is my favorite cereal of all time, but I never buy it because it's just like a sugary cereal with no real protein or anything. So I was so excited to have an excuse to buy it. I know regular Cheerios are in a lot of trail mixes, so I thought let's fallify this trail mix and put apple cinnamon Cheerios in it. Another favorite snack of mine that I never buy is Cheez-Its. What better way to add a little bit of savoriness to your trail mix than adding Cheez-Its? I really love the original flavor. I picked these up at Trader Joe's, and yes, I've already gotten into them. These are peanut butter filled pretzels, and they're the kind with no salt on the pretzel. These are so good. Again, it's adding a little bit of a savory element. You have the peanut butter inside and then like the crunchy pretzel. I thought these would make a lovely addition. And what would Chex Mix be without chocolate in it, right? So these are from Trader Joe's as well. They are just their semi-sweet chocolate chips. They're really, really yummy. I might do those or I picked these up at Target and thought these would be very festive. They are M&Ms and they are like fall M&Ms. So they just have like yellow, red, brown, like more fall type of colors. And I just got a small little bag. So that is my recipe for fall Chex Mix. I'm really excited. I think it'll be good. Oh wait, I forgot one more ingredient that I think I want to add to mine. These I picked up at Trader Joe's, again, my favorite store. It's pumpkin biscotti, and it's made with pumpkin puree and spices. These are only 110 calories per 2 biscotti. I first had these at home in Phoenix, and they're really good. They're really, really crunchy, and if you like pumpkin, it's like a fairly low calorie, like little treat. So I picked up a container of them, and then I thought, oh, what if I like, you know, split those into little pieces and then put those in the trail mix too. So again, trail mix is like, you can customize it. You could add raisins or dried cranberries, or you could do like mini Reese's cups. You could do like, you could customize it whatever you want. You could put Chex cereal in there. I don't know. It's something that I just thought was a fun idea, so I'm gonna do it. Now, it wouldn't be Halloween without some scary movies and some classic movies that, I mean, in my opinion, you have to watch around this time of year. Obviously, every person who was born like remotely in the 80s, 90s time frame, probably even beyond those, loves this movie. This is Hocus Pocus. This is a classic. I feel like you can watch this like multiple times throughout the season. Now, my personal favorite horror movie of all time, and one that I've really wanted to own for a long time, so I just ordered it on Amazon, is The Shining with Jack Nicholson. This movie is so good. If you haven't seen The Shining, I highly recommend this film. Like, it's definitely scary, but I think it's like a more of a theatrical like spectacle. I don't know. I just think it's a classic film that you need to see, and it's creepy and I love it and I can't wait to watch it. Another film that I don't have a physical copy of to show you is Halloweentown, the Disney Channel original movie that I bought on Amazon, like a digital copy or whatever, and I actually watched it last night. My friend Andrea came over and we watched it, but we weren't really paying attention. We were just kind of talking, so I want to watch that again. So yeah, those are 3 of my essential must-have fall Halloween movies. Another great one would be like the Charlie Brown Great Pumpkin. There's some more like scary ones. I don't know, do you guys have any favorite Halloween fall movies? Those are my 3 like must-watch ones. For anybody in the Portland area, there is a really cool, well, you all know what Menamins is if you're from like Oregon and Washington. But basically, it is a company that restores old buildings and turns them into restaurants, bars, hotels, like just really cool spaces. I've talked about them a few times before. There's one really close to us that's called Kennedy School, and it is this really old, creepy elementary school that they restored and turned into this property that has hotel rooms. It has multiple restaurants, multiple bars, and it has a movie theater. And it is like a creepy, vintage, cool, weird movie theater. And I thought that it would be awesome to go see a scary movie at Kennedy School's theater. So that's another thing on my bucket list. I know that specific one is not one that like everybody in the world can go do because it's specific to here. But check it out. There might be a cool like drive-in theater near you, or there might be another type of, I don't know, just like a theater that's a little bit different than your traditional theater. So that's another bucket list idea of mine. And my final bucket list idea is one I'm very excited for. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. And it is to have a wine and cheese and chocolate party. I live for cheese boards. I mean, I love me some wine, I love me some chocolate, I love all of those things, and I just feel like it's a very cozy fall kind of a thing to do. All the bad food comes out around this time, right? So I guess that's an excuse. I'm probably gonna wait to do this one in like November because November doesn't get enough love, you know? It's like Halloween and October, and then November comes and we have Thanksgiving, but I think November needs some more love. It's also Travis's birthday month, and so I thought that would be a fun one to do during that month. But I've already started gathering just a few supplies that I wanted to show you. Speaking of Menamins, this is a lovely bottle of Edgefield wine, which I'm actually going here today after I film this video. This is a 2015 Pinot Noir. Any wine will do. This is just what I had to hold up and show you. And then you might be shocked to hear this, sarcasm, but I got some stuff at Trader Joe's to contribute to my wine, cheese, and chocolate party. Trader Joe's, their cheese selection is out of this world, honestly. And it's one of those things where I stand there and I'm like, wow, this fancy goat cheese and this really cool looking brie and this really cool looking, like, they have all these different cheeses. And I always think to myself, like, that would make a killer cheese board. Like, how fun would that be to do? You know, and cheese can be a bit expensive and it's not the healthiest thing in the world. And so I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever. And I never buy it, but I always want to. So going back to the whole point of this bucket list is that you think of those things that you've always wanted to do and plug them in and do them. So at Trader Joe's yesterday, I picked this up. This is a creamy Toscano cheese dusted with cinnamon. So I'll do it close up so you can see that better. This here is like 0.44 pounds and it cost $3.96, so it was cheap. I got this one because this is a seasonal one that they say, like, once they sell out, they sell out. There's more that I'm gonna pick up, but they like always have those cheeses, like, again, different types of brie, different types of goat cheese, different types of cheddar, like truffle, all kinds of things. So but yeah, I just wanted to pick this one up before it sold out. So there will definitely be more to come on that, but that's my idea for you, is head to Trader Joe's. If you don't live somewhere near Trader Joe's, I'm sure like any type of kind of specialty, like Whole Foods or Sprouts or whatever type of grocery store, or probably even regular grocery stores just in the deli section, just, you know, get some cheese, get some chocolate, get some wine, whatever, you know, get sparkling cider, get whatever floats your boat. The chocolates that I picked up so far, because again, I feel like I'm just accumulating stuff until I have my wine and cheese night. These are from Trader Joe's. It is the assorted Belgian chocolate pumpkins, and it comes with vanilla cream, coffee ganache, crispy milk chocolate cream, dark chocolate cream, and salted caramel. And this was like $3 or something like that. That's such a bad glare. And it has like 9 chocolate pumpkins in there. There's a really, really amazing chocolate company here called Moonstruck. That is where I would really like to get truffles for this party, but it's like $40 a box, and this was $3, so we'll see. But I'm just kind of gathering things to get ready for the party. So that does it for my fall bucket list. I hope you liked this. If you have any questions or anything or any ideas, leave them down below. I would love to hear if you guys have any traditions you do during this time of year. And as I mentioned, I want to do this type of video like for every season, because I want to do this in my real life for every season. So next up will be my winter bucket list, which will start, you know, December. And I'm going off on a tangent for just a second, but I think in my head, like, December is winter, but really it's December, January, and February. So I really want to get creative when I make that bucket list and think, well, yeah, there's a lot of fun Christmas things to do, but like, what else can I do to kind of embrace the season, especially since now I live in a place where I will experience a true proper winter. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like. I would love to have you, and I will talk to you soon. Love you. They smell the entire, they make the, ooh, slow down, Katie. If you don't live somewhere near it,